What is going on, guys? And today I am not cooking. I got to go out to eat and visit one of my old friends named Dan, who is the chef de cuisine of a restaurant up in Los Alamos called Bell's, which currently holds one Michelin star. So me and Jamie drove up to meet Dan first, and we got some pre-dinner drinks while he snuck away from service. Went to a restaurant called Bar La Côte, which was amazing, and it's in the restaurant group that he works for. They sent out some bubbles at first, drank a little chilled red, had some soft shell crab, some Peruvian scallops. Everything we ate here was super delicious and would highly recommend if you're in the area. And then Dan had to go back to service, so me and Jamie walked around the town a little bit. We were just strolling around before we bought some beers, headed over to Bell's, because if you have any friends that work in restaurants, everyone likes to get some snacks and some drinks. Always a nice thing to do for your friends. Saw this nice couple that wanted to get in our video. And then we got into Bell's, we sat down and they sent us some more champagne, and we brought Dan a little buzzball so he could cheers with us before he had to get back there and start cooking. And here was the menu for tonight. Everything looked amazing. And the first course, they sent us out some crepe cake with a little bit of caviar and some uni, which is kind of Jamie's worst nightmare. She doesn't like either of these things, but she is a real trooper and will always eat whatever they send out. And I appreciate her for that. Little uni cheers right here. And I love this bite. I thought it was super tasty. And next up was a panna cotta with some salmon roe and some marigolds. I also really love this. I thought it was fantastic. And next up was their salad and bread course. The salad was just lightly tossed in a date and Parmesan vinaigrette, and it was super tasty. Here's their seeded sourdough served with some cultured stepladder creamery butter. Next up was some bay scallops with tangerines and some squash blossoms with buttermilk vinaigrette, also really good. I got the veal sweetbreads that were served with a hollandaise and some anchovies, and Jamie got the asparagus served with a chickpea panisse and some saffron aioli. And here is Jamie doing her best Paul Atreides before the entrees came out. And I got the steak au poivre, and Jamie got the risotto with snap peas and morels, which were both super tasty, and we ended up sharing both of those. I think the risotto was my favorite. They sent out all the desserts, and I needed some coffee at this point because I was feeling very full and had a long drive ahead of us to get home. And all the desserts they served were amazing, and it was a super nice way to end the day. They sent out the check with some guava patafouilles and a little bit of cake for us to take home, and that was our day. It was amazing. Got to eat some great food, got to see some old friends. It's always nice to be on the other side when you're usually the one cooking.